Welcome to this explainer on the power of money over time. If you've ever looked at someone who's built real lasting wealth and thought, well, they must have some kind of secret magic trick, I'm here to tell you that the illusion of magic money is exactly that. It's just an illusion. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and explore the actual mechanics of wealth. We're going to see exactly how time is either your greatest asset or, honestly, your absolute worst enemy. So, think back to when you were 16. Imagine you're holding on to a small stash of birthday cash, let's say a cool $1,000. What if that money could have just magically doubled or even quintupled by the time you hit your 30s? Growing that money isn't magic, of course. Actually, scratch that, it's more like a mathematical certainty when you apply some core principles that dictate exactly how money behaves when we just step back and let the clock tick. You've probably heard that famous Albert Einstein quote, right? The one where he calls compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. But I want you to look really closely at the second half of that thought. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. This snowball effect, literally earning interest on top of your interest year after year, remains the absolute, undisputed bedrock of any secure financial future. Let's see this snowball effect in action. Let's take a hypothetical 16-year-old. We'll call her Sarah. She takes her $1,000 and parks it in an account yielding 5%. By year 2, she's not just earning interest on her original $1,000, she's earning 5% on $1,050. Her gains are compounding. Fast forward to year 10, and her balance is sitting at $1,628.89. Without lifting a single finger, her money grew passively by over 60%. But we have to heed Einstein's warning about those who pay compound interest. Because when you borrow money, this exact same mathematical force is completely weaponized against you. A $1,000 credit card balance at an 18% interest rate, that can easily balloon to $1,800 in just a few short years. The math doesn't care whose side it's on, folks. It will quietly build your wealth, or it will aggressively build your debt. Okay, so beyond compound interest, we have to factor in another crucial concept: appreciation. Think of appreciation as your physical assets basically getting a raise. While compounding usually fuels your cash savings, appreciation is the force you're tapping into when you acquire equities, real estate, or other hard assets. You're buying them with a calculated expectation that the market will happily pay a premium for them in the future. Let me give you an example. Take Jake. He uses $500 to buy shares in a tech company through a custodial account. The company performs incredibly well, and his shares increase in market value by 10% annually. He isn't just earning a yield, the underlying asset itself is appreciating. By the time he graduates high school, his initial $500 hit exactly $665.50. And hey, if that trend holds, it could easily cross $1,300 by age 25. Now, flip the script and contrast that with depreciation. Let's say Sarah saves 10 grand to buy a used car. Literally the second she drives it off the lot, the market value instantly drops to $9,000. You are actively shedding wealth just by owning the thing. Sinking all your available liquidity into depreciating physical assets is hands down the fastest way to totally stall your financial momentum. But here's the sneaky part. Depreciation isn't just limited to cars and electronics. It aggressively attacks your cash reserves through inflation. Say you hide $1,000 under your mattress for 10 years. Sure, the physical bills are still there, but at a 3% average inflation rate, your actual purchasing power shrinks to just $744. By playing it completely safe, you practically guarantee a loss of over $250 in real value. Ouch. So what's the fix? How do we systematically outpace inflation and really leverage that compounding? We return to the brilliant efficiency of the ETF, or exchange-traded fund. By stripping away the noise and the stress of trying to pick individual winning stocks, an ETF acts like a giant basket. Tracking something like the S&P 500 allows you to buy fractional pieces of 500 major companies all in one single, easy transaction. Consider Mia. She's ready to enter the market, but she's only got $200. Buying whole shares of massive mega-cap tech companies might totally price her out, right? But fractional shares through an ETF give her immediate exposure. Because that ETF holds hundreds of different equities, she instantly achieves built-in diversification. That massively mitigates her single stock risk while keeping management fees incredibly low. It's the ultimate beginner's starter pack. And the history backs this up. Historically, an S&P 500 ETF has returned anywhere between 7 to 10% per year on average, and that's even after accounting for inflation. Notice how even at a super conservative 7% estimate, the compounding growth is just immense. If Mia takes her initial $200 and consistently injects just $50 a month, she lets time do all the heavy lifting to build some seriously life-changing wealth down the road. All right, let's tie all this together into a real, actionable 5-step game plan. Step 1, secure savings accounts yielding at least 2 to 3% just to fight off inflation. Step 2, aggressively spot appreciation versus depreciation before you spend your hard-earned capital. Step 3, utilize ETFs to get that broad market exposure. Step 4, self-educate. Finance is a mindset, so dive into foundational books like The Millionaire Next Door. And finally, Step 5, eradicate high-interest debt so that compounding force doesn't bury you. Ultimately, at the end of the day, finance is not just about spreadsheets and market graphs. It is about autonomy. It's about having the security to dictate your own choices in life. Ignoring these mechanics leaves you vulnerable to the endless stress of living paycheck to paycheck. But mastering them, that grants you the profound peace of mind that your wealth is quietly, consistently compounding in the background. The habits you build right now are going to echo for decades. That journey to true financial autonomy starts with just one single, deliberate step. Whether that's setting up a small automated weekly transfer or finally acquiring your very first fraction of an ETF. So I'm going to leave you with this question. What is one specific financial goal you are going to conquer in the next 12 months? Seriously, write it down or share it with us in the comments. Take immediate control of your capital today, because while money is your tool, time is your absolute superpower. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep learning.